What are your tips for a successful relationship? Just respect their privacy. Don't beg for their phone looking through their contents. Don't force them to hang out with you, and treat them fairly. Just respect them. Be supportive. Always be there when they need you. But most importantly, understand them. I can't really explain the term understand here, so I'll say, relate to them. Friendship. If you can tell each of your thoughts and opinions to your so without the fear of being judged, it will indeed last very, very long. Honest from the beginning. Both people should try to put in 60% of the effort. Understand each other's love languages. Have separate interests. Prioritize each other. Master the art of the suplex. Do the stuff you don't want to do before she mentions it. Dishes, laundry, whatever. My wife loves to brag about the fact that I can fold a fitted sheet neater than anyone she has ever seen in her life. We also don't ever pay for auto or home maintenance. I do it all myself. She divorced me for another man and we remarried a year later. She was quite surprised to find out that not all men are willing to hang dry the bras and maintain the heat pump. Don't expect them to read your mind. Don't get together with someone with the mindset that you will change them. And on the other end, don't get together with someone who will only accept you if you sacrifice who you really are. This will always lead to resentment. True love and enjoying each other's company. Not needing social media's approval to show you're both happy. Celebrate together. Reciprocate positive feelings. Communicate feelings. As a man, for me, being open to my own vulnerability and areas I need to work on. Followed by communication, then keeping up with my own hobbies and interests. Don't take your significant other for granted. Especially with children, it's easy to live next to each other without really being together. Let her, my POV, know that she is important and beautiful and sexy. Let them have their knee-jerk reaction to a thing, but also let them have their measured response. Be prepared to forgive the knee-jerk if it turns out it wasn't really the message they wanted to give you. Give each other space. Don't seek for another person to complete you or fulfill your needs. Fulfill your own needs and then present yourself as a whole with the objective of what you can offer instead of what you can take. Be committed. Non-confrontational and honest communication about your needs, issues, desires and so on. Understand what you want, communicate that, and get your partner to effectively communicate what they want. I've known couples who were lovey-dovey all the time and broken up within months, and others who you'd sometimes wonder if they were in a relationship and they couldn't be happier, and that's if you asked each of them on their own without any pressure. What is good for one couple might be bad for another and might be just whatever for yet another. And you have to keep communicating. It doesn't have to be every 5 minutes or every day, but there's a frequency that will work to let each other know things like, hey, you've been doing this, and I really appreciate that you do that. You also do that and it bothers me, but maybe if you explain why you do it I can understand and be okay with it. I think we do X, Y and Z well still, but I miss how we did A and B. Can we tweak C to be a little more whatever? These conversations are vital. But the sentiments can also be shown physically, because sometimes just saying things really isn't enough depending on your partner or the situation. Keep it short. I would also like to know. When your partner is complaining about something, ask them, do you want to vent or want help with finding a solution? I'm nearly 30 and heard this the other day. Game changer. You both have to care more about the relationship than you care about your ego. Don't date woke people. There has to be something forcing you together on both sides, so that it's not just a sexual monopoly contract. For example, the house is hers but the car is his. If they split, he will have no house and she will have no car. Not that one person has control over everything. This can be different things. You're developing to better yourself together, you're better together as separately, sexual compatibility, goals in life, beliefs and values. You can build on many foundations and chose differently each time. Being honest. Why I mention it is because I went through some deep stuff with my bro/good friend. I have had quite some mental challenges, OCD related, and one time I held everything back for so long about some event that happened, I just had to tell him. I told him what had happened and about my deepest fears, with a pounding heart and preparing to have a non-violent/verbal fight. He did quite the opposite and appreciated my feelings, and our bond got so strong. It could have gone another way, I am thankful, but I think being as honest as possible is the best way to go. I can say that for people who are really close to you and you want to bond with. But everyone has to decide for themselves. Probably already said, but communication. My partner has no idea what I'm thinking, I tell him and we work through it together. Also compromise, you can't have everything and you need to pick the most important things. Life is long to be stressed all the time, let it go lol. STFU and listen to understand, not just respond. You must have common values and common goals. Having interests and activities in common is helpful for building a connection, but without values and goals in common you will not survive long term. Honesty. Without it, trust cannot exist. Find someone you like to hang out with. Listen. Don't just wait to talk. Don't have kids and live in separate houses. Be a good person. Relationships fail due to bad behavior and stuff. I found someone who took me even after I literally dropped all my bullshit on the first date. It wasn't scary, just surprising. I found someone who went, okay, we're doing that? Here's literally all my baggage. I was in disbelief for the first year, like maybe she's full of shit or isn't as cool with my past as she let on, but we enjoy each other even knowing everything about each other. Fantasies, fears, dreams, shortcomings, traumas, it's all pretty out in the open. I think it's just we're perfect for each other, which is pretty lucky. Learn what your and your partner's love language is, and then embrace it and keep it at the front of what you do. There are 5 in total. 1. Gifts. Doesn't have to be expensive items, something as simple as a chocolate bar on a bad day can work wonders. By giving a gift you show that you care about your partner, and the thoughtfulness of the gift shows how well you know them. 2. Acts of service. This can be as simple as doing all the washing up that has been piling up, or something more extravagant. The idea is that you take away some emotional labor from your partner, giving one less thing to worry about, or improve their life in some way. 3. Touch. The simple act of a hug can reaffirm a romantic connection. It doesn't always need to be a lead into sex, but just the physical contact reaffirms the notion that you are with your partner, you are there for them, and that can be comforting when needed. 4. Experiences. Doing things with someone builds a connection and a bond. People are naturally closer to people they have done something with as they have that shared experience. As such, by doing things with your partner, you reaffirm that notion that you both have a shared connection through shared experience. Again, these can be simple things like going for a walk. 5. Expression. Things that show your love through creative, such as romantic words, poems, drawings, etc. Things that show your partner what you really think about them, and how much you value them as a partner, by demonstrating to them how much they actually mean to you. People can have different values on their love language, both in what they do to show love and what they want to receive love. For instance, you might demonstrate your love by regularly touching your partner affectionately, but you might feel most loved when your partner gives you a romantic gift. As such, you would be most compatible with someone who is receptive to being touched, and also one who likes to buy you presents. But this doesn't mean you can't be with someone with a different love language, so